That's true, Ruby. I don't know how I never made the connection before. Sigh. Back to the rage bait. Rosa returned to the lobby. It was still her turn to rest, but her expression made it look as though she couldn't sleep deeply with all this tension. Wait, is this the right save? Let's continue until... I think it is.
Take it easy and lie down. Keep this up and you'll have it pretty rough later on.
Thanks for the concern. Just couldn't fall asleep. I've already taken a shower, so I'm good for now. The next person can rest. What about you two, Kairi-san? Rudolph-san? What will we do, Rudolph-san? Shall we rest?
You can rest. I'll stay awake. That's the only manly thing I can do right now.
Then I'll stay awake. Staying awake with my husband is the only womanly thing I can do right now. Oh, I like them. I'm starting to like them. You two truly are close. You should talk. What does that mean? She's not close to Kraus. Kraus sucks bollocks.
It seems Eva and Hideyoshi-san are out cold. It appears that unlike Rosa, they can't fight against their age.
As though in response to those words, the door to the hall clunked open. Eva and Hideyoshi returned from the guest room. Does Hideyoshi know? Is he a knower? That's none of your business. Oh, Rosa, are you sure you don't need to rest yet? You should talk, yes, son. Why not take it easy and sleep? I just can't get to sleep. Taking a shower shook my drowsiness off. Rudolph, Kairi-san, you can rest if you want.
Sure, thanks. But for now, I'd say I appreciate the sentiment. Why don't you go first, Aniki? How kind of you, but I cannot rest first. That is the most I can do as the oldest brother right now.
Do not worry, the two of us will stay awake until the very end. More importantly, Evan-san, are you okay? You look a little pale.
Come to think of it, you're right. Could it be a bit of a fever?
Okay, Hideyoshi is not a knower. Hideyoshi put his hand up against Eva's forehead. I am here in League Game. Why would you do that to yourself? I hope you win though. Good luck. It seemed that Eva wasn't feeling her best.
That goes without saying. That's what happens when you break your sleep cycle at your age. Is it a cold? Oh, sorry. Could you call Dr. Nanjo now?
Yes. I'm fine. You don't have to make such a fuss over it. I have some medicine, so I'll be okay. I don't know why. I just suddenly got neurologically attacked because I want to see Beatriz Eva again. It's such a pretty aside. I'm just... Oh, it's gonna be so fun, dude. That whole thing is gonna be so fun. I hope she's part of the fight. I hope she gets to talk to our partner. I would love to have an Ace Attorney trial with her. I don't know, she seems like the type that would make it really fun. I hope you get perma banned so you never play again. I tend to get fevers when I'm tired. Don't worry. Listen, take it easy, okay? Thank you. If the siblings gathered without me around, I get the feeling everyone would start talking behind my back. It's a persecution complex from long ago. Okay, I don't know why I was reading that as precaution, and my brain wouldn't accept anything else. Sorry, okay. Well, I won't say anything. As if I say bad things about you behind your back, Nessa. What is it? Nessa, you've been acting strange for a while. Shouldn't you get a little rest now? You're right. Just thinking about raising money by March makes my head hurt even worse. That isn't good. Rest. Now hold back too, so that your headache doesn't get worse. I had a bad headache myself for a while now. Thank you. Why does Rosa seem to talk like she is not a knower herself? Well then, I'll take those words to heart and rest for a while.
What is it, Emma? Why so angry all of a sudden? Sorry, let us rest a bit longer. Sorry.
After apologizing several times and still praying, Hideyoshi followed Eva out of the lobby.
I don't like this atmosphere. It's all so strange.
That's no surprise. There was a murder early this morning, and since then we've been eating canned food and carrying guns around. It's natural that we start to build up a stress. I wonder if the kids up there are building up stress too. I'm worried about Maria. She tends to throw tantrums at times like this. At that moment they heard the sound of wild footsteps coming from the second floor. The guest house was in that cheap building, so they wouldn't normally have heard the sound of footsteps. It was like the sound of someone stamping their feet in frustration. And an instant later, accompanied by what seemed to be the sound of her running out to the second floor hallway, they could hear Maria calling ooh 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 over and over again, sounding displeased. Rosa grabbed her head, her hair flying, and she voicelessly moaned in anguish. The adults turned their backs to her, pretending not to notice. The noisy clamor came down from the second floor and flew into the lobby. Yay, I missed them. It was Maria who was sobbing along with the other children in Nanja. In other words, they had all come downstairs because of Maria's tantrum. Rosa couldn't hide her dizziness at this new annoyance her daughter was bringing to everyone. Sorry, Aunt Rosa. We tried to calm her, but she just wouldn't listen. What is it, Maria? Could you be a little more quiet? Everyone's watching. Oh my god, I missed them too. Oh, I missed everyone. Oh, this game. Okay. It's that rose of hers from the rose garden. She suddenly started saying that she was worried about it. I think she's half asleep. She suddenly woke up and started going on about how worried she was about that rose. Maria-chan, calm down. That was just a dream. The rose belongs to Battery, not me. So if I don't take care of it, Battery is gonna get mad. It might get snapped off again. Listen, I'm telling you to be quiet down, or a bit, alright? The sudden rise in tone of Rosa's voice surprised the children. But Maria's crying just grew louder and her tantrum grew fiercer. Oh no. Type of tantrum I be pulling when this guy is really homestuck. Nothing I could say to that would be good. So, moving on.
Rosa-san, you mustn't scold a child so unsparingly. At times like these, it's best to give them some warm milk or something. Is there any here?
The milk we just had for breakfast is empty now.
Does anyone have a sedative to use on kids? You know, those silver pill things.
Of course I do. Yes, I'll search for them now and make her take them! Without hiding her displeasure, Rosa grabbed her handbag that had been set on the sofa and fished around for some medicine. It seemed she had brought some child-use sedatives for Maria's tantrums. I have never heard of such a thing. That's crazy. She found it and opened the bottle, but it must have been empty. Irritated, Rosa shook the bottle several times, but that didn't change the fact that nothing was in there. As she did that, Maria's crying grew even more intense. At that time, Eva was lying on her bed, covered by the bedding. Hideyoshi returned from the washroom, folding a handkerchief soaked in water.
Ooh, that's one nasty fever. I'll bet at the poisonous air at this family conference I got you. For now, you can forget all about the other relatives, okay?
As Hideyoshi spoke to her kindly, he set the soaked handkerchief on Eva's burning forehead. Eva rested her own hand on top of his. Your hand feels nice and cool.
If my hand feels nice, your fever must be pretty bad. Don't worry, the medicine will start working soon. Plus, my hand is a magic hand. I'll just put it against your forehead like this, and any fever will melt right away.
You're right. Your hand always makes my fevers fade.
Yeah? No need for a doctor when you've got my hand. Don't worry, and close your eyes. My magic will make that fever fade away.
Yes, I know. I can feel your magic. Hideyoshi was about to say it was just a placebo effect, but why would you ever say that, buddy? What is wrong with you? If Eva said she could feel magic coming from his hand, then that was fine for now. I wonder if magic really exists.
Nah. Yeah, it does. Only those who believe can tell, though. There's actually a lot of magic like that out there in the world.
Magic actually exists. Then I wonder if witches actually exist too.
Oh? You mean the witch of the forest bathers? She probably does exist for those who believe. Just like the gods. They don't show themselves except in front of those with strong faith.
I did it too, you know. Long ago, I was able to use magic.
Oh? Really? Then you were a witch too.
I had dreams that I wanted to come true no matter what. After wishing strongly and trying hard, they always came true without fail. With my magic, my grades were always the best. And I even became the student council president. And worked hard to get into the university I wanted. Everything I wished for was granted.
That's right. Your magic was always a thing to be reckoned with. You're definitely a witch. And you work harder than anyone. I know all about it.
When I was a kid, the whole time, there was another me inside myself who always supported me. And that other self was a witch. I didn't believe in Beatrice, the witch of the forest. I always believed that if a witch of Rontinjima did exist, it was the witch inside my heart. I was so grateful to that witch inside myself. I was always grateful that she brought me to you.
You got too timid when you're sick. Don't say anything for now. I'll stay like this the whole time, until your fever's gone down.
Yes. Don't take your hand away. No matter what. Somehow, I feel like I'm becoming something that isn't myself. I've been scared for a while now. I get the feeling that the witch inside me was provoked by Beatrice, and it's growing stronger. It's stronger. Somehow, it feels like she's going to swallow me whole.
It's okay. As long as I'm with you, there's nothing to be afraid of. Remember the time we went to the dangerous country and the whole bus got robbed? I drove them off.
Didn't you just hand over your gold watch to beg them to go away? It was pretty lame, but it was cool. Don't move your hand away. No matter what. Not even if I fall asleep. If something creepy sneaks in here, protect me.
Yep, leave it to me. That's why I'm telling you to stop worrying and get to sleep. Because the medicine and my magic will start working real soon.
Eva finally calmed her heart and closed her eyes. At that time, there was a sound of a door being opened violently from the direction of the lobby. Okay, well that was a really nice scene. I liked it a lot. Texas is getting colder now. Autumn is finally setting in, so I don't know. With this environment, it felt really cozy. I like it. And also, it seems like now that we're getting far into the game, there's a lot of scenes that I really want to see. So I apologize, but could I see that scene from the manga? I think it would be pretty cute, if possible. It seemed that Maria was having a tantrum, and screams of ooh ooh could be heard along with Rosa's rebuking yells. That probably hurt Eva's ears, or maybe it was giving her a headache. Eva moaned as though in pain and buried herself in the covers. It was easy to guess what was happening. Maria had probably had a tantrum for some reason, gone down to the lobby, and started arguing with Rosa, who was scolding her daughter. And then, maybe that got too embarrassing to be shown in front of the other relatives, so Rosa had taken Maria out into the corridor. Hideyoshi had no desire to butt in on Rosa and Maria's problem, but just for now, since Eva's condition was so bad, he wanted them to take their ruckus somewhere else. No, you're gonna take his hand away! Eva's gonna die!
Wait just a sec. I'll ask them to keep it down.
Come back quickly.
Don't worry, I won't leave this room.
Waiter, more manga panels! Yes, of course, yes. Come. You guy. Hideyoshi removed the chain, opened the door, and stuck his face onto the corridor. He immediately met Rosa's gaze.
Everything okay, Rosa-san? Sorry.
I'm sorry, you done this nice, thank you.
Maria-chan, sorry. Aunt Eva isn't feeling well and she's trying to sleep. Could you quiet down a bit?
Maria's tone didn't change after Hideyoshi's request. She kept whining and repeating, my rose, my rose. Rosa slapped Maria's cheek, lifted her up while covering her mouth, and dragged her towards the entrance, trying to at least put some distance between her and Hideyoshi's room. She would probably be noisy for a while, but he had warned Rosa for the time being. Relying on Rosa's actions as a mother, Hideyoshi closed the door. Is Maria-chan having a tantrum again?
Looks like it. It's tough for Rosa-san too. To think of it, our George is almost too good to be true. So he should be grateful.
You're right.
Oh, sorry. Look, it's the magic hand.
He put his hand on Eva's forehead again. Maybe there really was magical power in that hand. A truly peaceful look rose to Eva's face, and bit by bit she began to drift off to the land of sleep. As he had promised, Hideyoshi kept his hand on her forehead. By the entrance with her hand still against Maria's mouth, Rosa was at a loss at what to do next. She hadn't been able to withstand everyone's gazes in the lobby, and had yielded the children to go upstairs as she'd out of the lobby. Then she had gone out to the corridor, only to have Hideyoshi say that she was too noisy. Where should I go now? Where should I take this child who's having a tantrum? She felt as though tears of frustration were about to come out. As Maria kept struggling in an attempt to scream, Rosa put her mouth up to Maria's ear and tried to persuade Maria in a properly calm voice. Maria, do you really want to see that rose that much? Maria nodded her head several times, moaning, Why do you want to see it so much? I'll listen as your mother, so will you tell me quietly? I'll hit you if you scream. My Rose, Beatrice revived it. It might have snapped off again. I'm worried about that. I can't sleep until I'm sure. Apparently she was still upset about that marked rose from yesterday. Rosa felt her headache throbbing again, but she was at least a little relieved that Maria had now stopped her screaming. Anyway, everyone is having a hard time right now, so don't bother Mama and everyone else. You can worry about that rose all you want tomorrow when it stops raining. So for now, listen to me. No! No, 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 no! It's my Beatrice's rose! Rosa reflectively covered Maria's mouth. She had spoken a little too harshly and gotten her agitated again. Rosa realized that it was partly her own fault and clicked her tongue in self-hatred. But Maria thought that was directed at her, and her crying grew even fiercer. Please, just be quiet. What can I do to make you stop crying? What should I do to make you listen to what your mama says? Suddenly, Maria stopped crying so fast that it seemed unnatural. Then she turned around and muttered, If I get to see my rose, I'll stay quiet until tomorrow. Really? Yes. If we get to the rose garden and see my rose, I'll come down. I mean it, Mama. If I would keep Maria quiet for the time being, Rosa thought that even going out into this wind and rain would be a small price to pay. She thought it might be a bit reckless, but in the end, no murder or anything of the sort had actually occurred. All the clamor since the morning had been a farce set up by Kinso. If you carefully thought about that chain of closed rooms, it clearly had to be an act. Crap! I've forgotten to remake my timeline. Wait, no, wait. No. I decided against making the timeline because it was pointless. There was no need to make Kinso the last one because that came from me assuming that Kinso was inside the chapel, which he was not. So it don't matter no more. He can be anywhere. It don't matter. Never mind. I'm stupid. Never mind. We don't need to fix anything. Everything is still set in motion. Because, like, the reality is that where Kinso is hiding is 99% the other mansion. The... what was it called? Kuadorian, yeah. I didn't even have to look it up, I actually remembered. He's running in the Kuadorian mansion. So he doesn't need to hide anywhere within this mansion. Will you really listen if you get to see the rose? Welcome back, Sams. Did you win? Yes, I mean it, Mama. No! Rosa didn't overlook the creepy laugh and lightly hit Maria with her fist. Fist? Bro? No, insert bro cat, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. And she shrugged as though giving up. Understood. If it's just one look, then I'll agree. Will that work? Yes, Mama. I promise. Once again, Rosa tested the weight of her gun. It'll be okay. It's only an act. There was never a murderer on this island in the first place. Yes! Damn it! Wait on Rosa! Are on Rosa and Maria the sacrifices for the second twilight? Damn it! Someone noticed them and told them to stop! What are those guys in the living room and us kids doing? Indeed, they are being considerate of Rosa's pitiful relationship with her daughter and are forcibly changing the subject. The group that includes you went up to the second floor that is talking about something else while watching TV. You bastards! Someone noticed them! Who's the closest? Is it Uncle Hideyoshi? Please notice that those two are leaving through the front door! Ah! It won't reach! It won't reach! Don't disturb their precious time together! Hideyoshi kept talking kindly, his hand on Eva's forehead. He didn't notice at all that Rosa and Maria were going outside to the front door. In that case, there was no way the others in the lobby, was even further away, would notice, much less those in the cousins' rooms on the second floor. Why are you so panicked? Didn't you defeat me with a bold move saying that the culprit died in an accident on the first twilight? Doesn't that mean there's no longer a culprit on this island? What is there to be so worried about? Shut up! I can see right through you! Someone stop them! Those two will be killed! Someone stop them! Ah! There was no way that Butler's voiceless scream would reach Rosa or Maria. The two of them could be seen in the rose garden. The rain was still awful, but fortunately the wind had died down a little. No, maybe that was unfortunate, because maybe, if the wind had been a little fiercer, Rosa might have hesitated to go outside. GG's. Here it is! Maria found her rose with the gold lace and stared at it lovingly. Rosa had accepted the promise under the condition that Maria would only get one look at it, but she didn't want Maria to complain that it hadn't been long enough. There hadn't been enough later on, so she decided to go along with Maria until she was satisfied. She believed that there wasn't a culprit, but on the off chance that she was mistaken, they were now in an extremely dangerous position. Rosa realized that faintly herself. If things got bad, she would throw away her umbrella and ready her gun. After glancing at Maria's innocent happiness, Rosa gazed wearily at all directions. GG's, bro. Were her eyes just tired? Even though no one should have been there, she thought she saw something glitter in the dark rose garden. Gold color? It had to be her imagination, because to Rosa, it seemed as though gold butterflies were dashing through the rose bushes.
Are you okay, Eva? Just take it easy. Gonna call Dr. Nanjo after all.
Fine. Don't take your hand away. I'm begging you. Don't take your hand away. Eva was breathing wildly. Beads of sweat were appearing on her forehead. It certainly was true that she had stayed up all night last night and that things had been rough since early this morning. It wasn't odd that her body wasn't keeping up. Even though he understood that, Hideyoshi suspected that this sudden fever was the sign of some serious illness. Several times Hideyoshi decided to call for Dr. Nanjo, but Eva resisted firmly, pleading with him and saying that it was even more important that he didn't take his hand away.
I understand, but you gotta have Dr. Nanjo take a look at you by lunchtime. If you can promise me that, I'll stay here the whole time, gripping your hand, tightly like this.
Thank you. I'm fine. The magic of your hand will definitely take this fever away. Even as she said that, Eva's harsh breathing didn't improve in the slightest. Don't let go. Don't let go. Who is it? Is Eva Beatriz gonna kill Rosa? That's insane. She saw an umbrella moving from beyond the rose garden. Rosa threw away her umbrella and wildly lifted her gun. When she did, the shadow of a person beyond the bush showed itself. Aunt Eva. Uh-oh. GG's. You scared me. It's you, Nessan. Do you have some business with me? Do you want to continue our earlier discussion? Yes, that's right. Our discussion about Father's gold. Please restrain yourself in front of Maria. I will keep my promise, okay? I won't get in the way of your conspiracy. Conspiracy? What's that? Whatever you're thinking, that's up to you. I have no desire to get in the way. So please, not in front of Maria. As long as I get my share, that will be enough. Your share? I started laughing in a creepy voice. Rosa was startled, but Maria stared blankly. Then Maria said just one thing. Oh, Auntie, who are you? Your share? Why? Who would give that to you? All of that is mine! It all belongs to me! The Golden Witch Beatrice! Eva, are you okay, Eva? Eva! Hold on! Don't let go! Don't let me be dragged away by someone who isn't me! Hold on to my friend! Don't let go! When did you ever work hard? You never worked hard for anything! You were always hiding in our shadows! You always escaped from shadow to shadow without fighting! And yet, you really think yourself qualified to make demands of me over the Ushiramiya family gold? All of that is mine. It's all mine alone as the head of the Ushiramiya family and the new Golden Witch successor to the name of Beatrice. Beatrice. It's Beatrice. Mama, Beatrice. Maria jumped at her mother in ecstasy. Rosa treated Maria cold-heartedly and raised her gun high. Hey, you're Nissan, right? Nessan, right? You are Nessan, aren't you? Wrong. I am no longer the one who was your sister. Then who are you? Are you trying to say that you're Beatrice? That's impossible. You died 19 years ago. Yes, you were definitely dead. After all, I clearly saw how your head was split open. I can remember the insides flowing out like it was yesterday. How can you all be alive and here right now? The concept of death does not exist to a Golden Witch. The Golden Witch and the name Beatrice will be handed down for all eternity. Maybe the Beatrice you knew met with death, but that name is mine now. And therefore, it's eternal. The concept of death does not exist for Beatrice. All I can see is that gold was leaving me mad. How pitiful, Nessa. Come on, you know I'm not your sister anymore. Well then, as the new Beatrice, I have been tasked with my own resurrection ceremony. Run away! What should I do?
That is up to you. You already have the power to make whatever you think reality. You should grow used to it once you've tried it out yourself.
You worthless former sister. You should consider it an honor to have been selected as the first sacrifice I offer as a witch. On the second twilight, I'll tear the two who are close apart with my own hands. Dance of the Moon Rabbit! Yo! I like that. I like that. That's cute. That's a reference to countless mythologies. So many mythologies have rabbits on the moon. Japan, China, the Aztecs have it. It's so cool. That's cool. Okay. The first thing the new Beatrice wished for? No, the first magic she tried to use was to surpass the limitations given to humans, in particular, gravity. She wanted to become fully aware of her transformation into a witch by being released from those shackles. This song is so good! As the witch and Rosa stayed as they were, the ground retreated all by itself into the distance below them. By now, their feet were no longer attached to the ground. Oh my gosh, the song! Dude! Oh my gosh! This song is gonna make me emotional! Oh, I love this type of music! Rosa finally realized that the earth was retreating into the distances below them, but that she and the witch were being sucked up into the rainy sky. Huh? Awesome! For a human shackled to the ground by gravity, there is nothing more unnerving than having their feet stop sticking to the ground. However, to Bad 32 in becoming the new witch had learned the joy of being released from gravity. It was enough to make her whole body shake with delight. Hey Rosa, do you remember long ago when we were small, when we used to talk about what it was like to become witches and fly around the sky? That dream has been granted, hasn't it? I became a real witch and granted it for you. Stop it! If this is a dream, then wake me up! You said it yourself? You said you flew through the sky in your dream! And you also said you didn't want to wake up! You even got mad at me that I woke you up, right? Don't worry, this time you won't ever wake up, okay? Come, dance with me in the vast rainy sky. Didn't we both wish we could fly like seagulls in the sky and escape the cramped and boring island of Rongjima? Now I'll make that dream a reality for you. I won't want to share this joy with you. I only want to share this joy with you and no one else. It's so fun, Rosa. It's so fun. Take a look below you. Look at how small our mansion is. I wonder how much time we spent in a place that's small. Now I'm especially shocked at how cramped and tiny it is. So feel, enjoy, rejoice! The power we yearn for, the power to move through the sky at will. Come on, let's dance, Rosa. Through the rain, through the wind. Let's fly around like we're dancing. The lightning will shine on us and bless us. The witch and Rosa were like leaves fluttering around in a whirlwind. As the rain pounded upon every part of their bodies, as the lightning occasionally shone upon them, they shook with the joy of being released from the ground. However, it was only that way for the witch. Rosa was holding onto her head, voicelessly screaming over and over. Stop it! Forgive me! Let me down! You're right. It's more fitting for humans to crawl on the ground. Then why not go back there? A slightly displeased expression rose to the witch's face when she realized that her own joy was not being shared. Then she decided to listen to her former sister's request. The whirlwind that had been making Rosa dance around grew weaker, then stopped. In other words, Rosa was once again bound by the restrictions of gravity as a human. Following the laws that were originally correct, Rosa began to descend towards the ground upside down. No, she began to fall. Oops. That's right. If I don't take her down the right way, this is what happens. The witch hadn't intended to send Rosa plummeting, but she still wasn't used to her magic. After plummeting about 100 meters into the rose bush, as a very, very natural result, Rosa died instantly. But the witch hadn't intended to kill her, so she wished that Rosa hadn't died. When she did, gold butterflies formed around Rosa's body, reviving that life just as the witch had wished. Rosa's body, which should have been spread out like a carpet of fresh blood, rapidly returned to normal. The broken and crushed bones returned to normal. The torn and smashed flesh returned to normal. How easy it is to break things in this world, and how difficult it is to fix them. Anyone can take a life, but no human can revive a lost life. By surpassing the irreversible, one proves that they have surpassed humanity. This surely gave her a much greater realization of her position as a witch than flying through the sky had. awesome! I can even revive an ended life!
Of course. Beatrice-sama has the endless wish. To live and to die. To bring to life and to kill. All of it repeated endlessly. Beatrice-sama, the endless witch, is the queen who controls the cycle of life and death.
One time I knocked over a fishbowl. The fragile and beautiful bowl broke, and I couldn't put it back together again. I'll never see that cute pop-eyed goldfish swim again after it landed on the floor. No matter how much I cried, the servants shook their heads, saying that broken things and dead things could never be revived. That's when I learned something. You must not break things. You must not kill people. After all, you can't fix them. So if you can fix them, then you won't get in trouble for breaking them, right? Awesome, 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 awesome! For a while, the witch became intoxicated with how terrible and wonderful the power she had inherited was. Her laugh was pure, innocent, and cruel. Even though Rosa had been revived, she let out a cry of anguish and pain from her fall. At that point, the witch landed and held out her hand. Sorry about that, Rosa. I didn't think flying in the sky would be so much fun. Sorry, I'm real sorry. And I didn't know humans could die so easily. But I brought you back to life so we're even, right? So get up, okay? Play with me some more, okay? What were those dreams you told me about when you were a kid? Go ahead and tell me all about them without holding back. As I am now, I can make anything come true, no matter how absurd. Even drowning you in a sea of jelly, even having you get sucked into a mountain of cake. I can even make you sprout butterfly wings and flit around the garden, okay? I'll do them one after another. Let's try with the ocean of jelly, alright? Stop it! Rosa wasn't getting thrown high into the sky. However, the sky wasn't filled with raindrops, but with drops of orange juice. When she looked down, Rosa had to doubt her eyes. The rose garden had disappeared, and the ground spread out beneath her. What's like a pastel-colored jigsaw puzzle. There was an ocean of jelly, like the one she had spoken of from her dreams when she was young. The black part was coffee jelly. The red was strawberry. The yellow was pineapple. And the green was melon. What was the white part? Apple? Did Rosa even have time to think about stuff like that? Rosa flew towards that multicolored ocean. As she sunk deep into the purple grape-flavored sea. Oh, gosh. Jet streamer. Drowning in a thick substance is just such horrendous feeling. Oh, that's awful. It really was an ocean of jelly. It had no bottom. As Rosa sang, she was shocked to see a school of transparent fish swimming through the great jelly ocean. They were probably made of grape skin. Then she sunk on and on, deeper and deeper, as deep as the Marianas Trench. Crushed by the water pressure of the jelly ocean, and her ribs snapped and her spine snapped. In the end, she became a small, frail meatball. What a truly wonderful experience to drown in an ocean of jelly! It's a dream no one else can imitate! I made it come true for you! The instant I snapped my fingers, the meatball that had been Rosa was launched up into the sky. and after being wrapped up in a golden sparkle, she returned to her original form. It was as simple and easy as returning dried seaweed to its original form, and anyone could do it, if only they were a witch. That absent-minded look on Rosa's face. She has to be the joy from having that dream she gave up on as a child come true. Definitely. Probably. Next is the mountain of cake. In an instant, the sky was covered and became black and white in the shape of a chessboard. That most transparent white part was her favorite rare cheesecake. Ooh! The elegant black part was a slightly bitter gâteau à chocolat. That became the ceiling became a mountain, and several billion cakes were thrown down toward the Rosa. If you piled those cakes up, they would surely be taller than Mount Everest. So they probably weighed. I'm not too sure, but I'll bet it was heavier than all the cakes across Japan put together. It fell down like a ceiling and swallowed Rosa. So as a very, very natural result, Rosa was crushed to death. In less than a second, her bones broke throughout her body and her insides were all smashed and forced out. Squish. Slop. Even so, an even greater number of cakes piled up on top, and Rosa ended up as a layer of jam wedged between them. She became as thin as a single hair. It was probably spaced out over the area of a tennis court. The world swallowed up by cake and once again absorbed by a gold flash. Then, as though it had all been a dream, Rosa was revived again. Of course, it definitely wasn't a dream. She had been revived after dying. By that point, death, which most humans only have to experience once after they are born, had already been experienced repeatedly by Rosa. In other words, she gone through that which humans cannot, the precious experience of dying more than once. Isn't this fun, Rosa? Isn't this fun? Next is the butterflies. Look! Please have mercy. No way! Let's play more! Let's play more! Laughing innocently, she pointed her gold staff at Rosa. She begged for mercy. When she did, Rosa glittered gold and rapidly began to shrink. She shrank down to the size of a real butterfly. Then gold wings sprouted from her back, and she joined her fellow gold butterflies. However, while a human body could withstand that wind, it was different matter for a butterfly's body. The gold butterfly Rosa was invited to dance by each gale of wind, and she spun in circles around the rose garden. No! As her dance wore her out, she was caught by a gentle bed. There was a soft knit hammock in the shadows beneath the roof of the arbor. The owner of that hammock lumbered into view, welcoming its rare guest who had wandered from in the night of a storm. The owner, which should have been small enough to crush in the palm of your hand, now looked as big as the top of a canopy bed to Rosa. What a klutz! You got caught in a spider's web! This time it's a dance with the spider! That takes me back. Remember the time we find a spider's web and play around by throwing pebbles at it? I heard the spiders won't chew their prey, but insert their venom, and when the insides melt into sticky soup, they suck them out. Hey Rosa, remember how you throw butterflies into a crap? Go back! Throwing pebbles at it? I've heard of it. Hey Rosa, remember how we throw butterflies into the spider's web on purpose and play around by seeing how the spider would attack? I guess you don't remember, do you? This happened before you got into grade school. Make sure you watch closely this time, okay? Very closely. No! Have mercy, Nessa! Help me, Nessa! This girl's not bad. She truly can use magic at will. Assuming, amusing, how truly amusing. You feel like laughing too, right, Battler? Don't fuck with me. Stop it already. What's so fun? You're insane. What's so fun about doing something like this? Doesn't she look like she's having a blast? What do you expect? Magic is fun. I remember when I first became able to use magic, I played around a lot. I understand that kind of game from the bottom of my heart. Looks like I won't be able to share this joy and passion with you, Battler. Oh, what a shame. If you accept me, I'll teach you magic anytime you want, see? It's hard to describe the joy you receive in the instant you're freed from the shackles of humanity. I want to teach you about it, the joy, that passion. I'll definitely like to see the world of magic you give birth to just once. Isn't this starting to get fun? You started wanting to use magic, haven't you? It's pretty fun to be a witch, isn't it? Just for you, I'll teach you everything. How about the joy of flying together in the sky? How about the joy of diving together through the sea? I want to show you the passion that starts the instant you surpass the bounds of humans. And see how wide your world stretches. Wouldn't that be fun? There was no malice in Battle's expression. It was hard to believe, but she was genuinely enjoying the cruel show, and she wanted to share that appreciation with Battler. Battler was shocked by that hopelessly different sense of values. You're insane! Stop it already, damn it! Virgilia, make them stop this insane farce! What should I do? We exist outside the board. We cannot touch the board itself. Virgilia shook her head apologetically. Her body had already been killed. Did that mean she couldn't interfere in any way? As Beatrice continued to look amused in an insane sort of way, Battler lifted her up by the collar and yelled at her. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Quit messing around, witch! Are you trying to tell me that's Aunt Emma? That's impossible! The Aunt Emma I know might be a bit mean at times, but it's completely impossible that she's the kind of person who would do something like this cruel! This is all part of your deception. Don't toy with Aunt Rosa. Don't toy with Aunt Emma. Stop this farce right now! I told you, I'm not the one playing with Rosa anymore. Like I said, that's the new Beatrice. Is it really so terrible that you have to squeal like that? You're also pretty fond of stuff like this, aren't you? You actually have just a bit of interest in magic and... Ow! What are you doing? For the first time, Battler slapped Battle's cheek. Beatrice didn't know why he had done something like that to her, and a surprised expression rose to her face. Battler especially couldn't forgive that expression. He roared. Ah! You call this amusing? What's wrong with your head? Die! Go slice your head to bits and look inside. You'll see there's nothing there. Stop it right now. Stop this disgusting farce. I won't forgive you. How could you do something so cruel? I've sometimes thought you could be a bit funny, but I'll never make that mistake again. You're just a monster who's cruel on all levels. Don't show yourself in front of me. Never again. I won't accept you. I won't talk to you. I won't even want to look at your face. Did you hear me? Don't show yourself in front of me. Disappear! The instant Battler screamed, the power that resisted the witch became a red wall and knocked Battle back onto her butt. What are you talking about? Isn't it an interesting show? She spoke defensively, but the target of those words, Battler, was no longer there. His figure had suddenly disappeared into the darkness. But Beatrice looked displeased and continued trying to explain herself. It's not as though I'm completely blind to where you're coming from. But this is nothing more than an innocent prank, isn't it? No matter how you kill them, they'll always be brought back to life in the end, right? I thought humans were creatures who say all's well that ends well. Hey, teacher! There was no reason for him to get so angry, right? She was hoping for approval, but Virgilia simply faced her with an indifferent expression. To Beato at that moment, even an exasperated look would probably have been better. I have nothing in particular to say. If you think this is fun, you can keep watching as long as you want. Call me when it's over. I will vanish until then. Following Butler's lead, Virgilia vanished in the darkness. Beato was now completely isolated and didn't have a clue what was going on, felt that they were making her out to be the bad guy. What's wrong? Is it an amusing show? I might be a little vulgar, but it's quite interesting, isn't it? Hey, run away! It's nothing to get so mad about, right?
Something interesting for you, my lady, may not necessarily be interesting for Butler-sama.
Does he really hate me that much? Well, certainly, we are enemies and opponents in this competition. But it's already shimmery so bad that we can't laugh together in this display. Since I applauded together with Butler, I thought I could at least laugh together with him. Does he really reject me so much that he can't even do that? Oh, he doesn't have to accept that I'm a witch. We're challenging each other in the game after all. And yet, he won't look at my face. He won't talk to me. And he'll probably do all he can to ignore me. Am I really hate him that much?
The moves you're made up to this point have been more than enough to earn his hatred. Even a demon such as myself can understand a bit of Butler-sama's feelings. Perhaps you cannot understand because you are especially thick-headed, my lady.
Shut up! Why don't you just disappear too?
Yes, certainly. Then, if you'd excuse me.
Even him. Even Ronove hid himself in the darkness and Beatrice was left alone. The only one in the rainy rose garden. No one ever plays with a lonely witch. And the fact that no one ever does is what makes them a lonely witch. What's going on? Why would anyone play with me? Am I really that weird? That cruel? Someone answer me! Isn't this fun, Rosa? Isn't this fun? Hey, how should we play next? Of course, we should play with Maria too, right? Let's all have a friendly walk together, okay? Let's swim in a pot of boiling chocolate. Let's have a picnic in cake rising oven. Hey, new Beatrice. Behind the witch that was continuing her mad banquet, Beatrice showed herself. That expression was very rare for her. It was somehow restrained, unreliable, miserable. Oh, it's the predecessor Beatrice-sama. Were you watching? The power of magic is truly wonderful. Until now, I have never thought it'd be so fun to be reborn as a witch. It's like playtime that never ends. Come on, let's play together, predecessor-sama. But first, wait for a second, okay? I cooked the two of them to death in an oven, so I have to revive them again. They're like bread rising from yeast, like cookies expanding in an oven. Listen to what I'm saying. Well, isn't that enough for the sacrifice of the second twilight? Of course, there are no rules regarding how to kill them, but, maybe you shouldn't toy with them any more than that. What are you saying, predecessor-sama? I heard from Ronove a short while ago. Wasn't your magic much more wonderful, cruel, and crazy? That Halloween party where candy was poured out of 6 people's stomach was truly wonderful. So maybe I'll act out Alice's tea party. Alice in Wonderland mention? Yay! I'll invite everyone to a tea party in celebration of a completely pointless day and entertain them one by one with my magic. I wonder if I can do it as wonderfully as you. I wonder if I can be cruel in my own puppet cute style. Now that I think about it, all fairy tales are cruel, aren't they? Now that I'm a witch inside of one of those fairy tales, I finally understand! I have also, sometimes thought that in the past, I might have gone a little too far. Well, I think that as the Golden Witch, it's probably best to show a little elegance. I don't get what you're saying, Predecessor-sama. But there's one thing I do understand. No matter how hard I'm trying now, I'm no match for how cruel you are. I gotta try much harder. I gotta become more cruel and and become an excellent golden witch. Like I said, you've already done enough here. Anyway, this is an order from me as your predecessor. That's enough for the second twilight. I'll show you how it's done. Stand back and watch. Yes, predecessor-sama. I can't wait to see what brutal, cruel, and disgusting method of killing you use. The new witch grasped the sides of her skirt and gave a graceful bow, stepping back as an expectant gaze rose to her face. She was expecting an even more cruel magic that surpassed even herself. Well, speaking of that, you're only half a witch if you only kill with methods like that. I shall show you an elegant way to kill, worthy of the Golden Witch. When Battle waved her pipe, 7 colors of smoke poured out, reviving Rosa and Maria. Compared to how the new Beatriz had done it a short while ago, it was slightly gentler. It was probably gentler than how Battle had done it herself up until now. Rosa's consciousness had already grown dim from the pain of so many repeated deaths. But even so, she pleaded that her daughter be spared. Please, have mercy, even if it's just Maria. Have mercy. Sorry, my disciple just acted without restraint for a bit. Forgive me. Beatriz! When Maria realized it was the real Beatriz, she jumped onto her. You promised, right, Battle? You promised you'd take me to the Golden Land, right? There, I'll be friendly with Mama, and then we will laugh together. You promised you'll take me there, right? About that, I can no longer keep that promise because someone appeared who could solve the riddle. I am no longer the Golden Witch, Beatriz. So, sorry. I can no longer keep my promise with you. Why? Why? You promised! I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. So at least an apology for not being able to keep my promise. I'll give you a quiet sleep that will never be disturbed again. Beato embraced Maria with a loving expression on her face. I was laughing earlier because I was thinking when the fake freak meets a real freak, Beatriz didn't expect Emma to be like this, bro. Like everyone's freaked out. Everyone's freaked out. Everyone's out of there. No one wants to watch this. let's check Golden back. Oh my god! The art is so good. That's so cute looking. They made Hideyoshi hot! That's incredible! Wow! What's this? Let go, my hands, don't let go. Whoa! Whoa! I'm looking at the transition panel from Eva to Beatriz-sama. That's sick! That wasn't even described in the game. The artist just did that. That's insane. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. The manga never ceases to amaze. What's this video? Good video. Good video. Ooh, I was gonna ask for the slap too. Oh, you know me so well. Look at her stupid pose, bro. Hey, take a look at my troll. Shut up. What is this? Why won't anyone play with me? She acted like the victim. The gift. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. Oh man. Then softly a red bruise appeared on Maria's neck. It was a very gentle bruise. Bro, if this dude evil Emma touches Natsuangy, I might have to uninstall. That's all I'm saying. Its redness grew bit by bit, and when it distinctly formed itself into the shape of a hand, Maria's neck tilted suddenly, peacefully, as though she had fallen asleep. Maria! Maria! Sorry. I won't apologize that you were the sacrifices for the second twilight. That is simply your fate. However, I must apologize for the vulgar way in which you were offered the sacrifices. This is your final sleep. Never again will it be disturbed. Bato softly gently lifted her finger as though touching the empty air in front of her nose. Then, when she did, a light breeze lifted up, making Rosa's body dance lightly like a feather. Then Rosa's body floated up softly, and right there was the garden fence with its spear-shaped prongs. Whoa, a CG for this! How sweet. The sphere of the fence spears Rosa's medulla oblongata. What would you... The translator was so proud of that. They learned that body part was like, I gotta include it. Benevolently, without toying with her in a single blow, Rosa's life was snapped out. Yeah, the neck. Compared to the earlier innocent yet cruel events, it seemed to be an over much too fast. It looked like a doll shaped like Rosa was leaning against the fence, but she had passed away. Well, something like that should do the trick. Beto acted proud, but the new witch wore a blank expression almost as though this was an anticlimax. Oh, please, mango panel for that. I want to see your stupid face. Then she said it out loud. That's kind of plain. Not at all like the princess or Sama Ronove told me about. Well, you must use magic with dignity, right? If it's too, undignified, that isn't very elegant. Even though you're lucky enough to have the magic to do wonderful things endlessly. Huh, how boring. Hey, don't complain. The path of the Golden Witch cannot be completed in a day. You are still incomplete until you finish the 10th twilight. For now, stay quiet and follow my instructions. Got it? What happened to your answer? Your answer! Sure. Very well. That will do. Well, there is still much more for the resurrection ceremony. You still have to kill 5 people. You should do it without toying with them too much, with beauty and dignity. And with at least a little restraint, okay? What Ronove told you about how I did it, that was a bad example. You mustn't use that as a model. Engrave that into your heart. Yes, predecessor Sama. A good answer. Ronove, the 7 Snakes of Purgatory arise.
Yes, my lady. I, Ronove, am here.
Lucifer of Pride right here. Up until this point, I'm been a little flashy, but well, the dignity of the Golden Witch is also important. And about that, as Ronove laughed as Bato uncharacteristically flustered speech, he summed it up for her.
Certainly. From now on, we will be careful to act in a graceful manner suitable for the name of the Golden Witch. Even the 7 Sisters of Purgatory will reform their bad behavior up until now, and we shall espouse to perform a task in the quickest way possible manner. Would that be acceptable, my lady?
Indeed. But that's it, more or less. Everyone, take it to heart. Okay? Yes, certainly. This is all I wish to say. You may leave now.
Certainly. If you would excuse me.
Bato became trying to my gosh. You said it in a way I don't agree with, but I agree with what you said. Excuse us. Well, that's all I want to say. So, take care as you move forward and understand. Act with dignity and, restraint. Okay? Give it your all. I'll be watching over you. Break a leg. Acting awkwardly until the very end, Bato left that message and immediately became a cloud of gold butterflies hiding her form in the empty air. Maybe it's more accurate to say she vanished in a hurry because she couldn't keep up the conversation. After all that remained was Maria's corpse lying down and pounded by the rain. Rosa's corpse propped up by the fence and staring up into the sky. And the figure of the witch. Show some restraint, you say? Her expression looked like just a little bored. There was a popping sound. It was probably her clicking her tongue. What a boring person! Leaving that last sentence behind, she once again vanished into the empty air. That chapter was awesome. Dude, I don't want to yap for too much, but it said so much, and I like it a lot. It's 1 sec. I had to chug some water. Okay, so yeah, that was awesome. So again, magic isn't real. So the way I see it is that I literally see it as Eva killing Maria and Rosa. I think it's just, what is the game trying to say? There's so much it's trying to say. And it's so good. It's just also interesting, and I don't think I can put it into words. It's too much. So first off, obviously the obvious thing is that it's saying how money and power gets to your head. And they're making it literal. So like in real life, with Eva, it's just this Umineko thing might be good, I feel. I think I have to agree. Because, like, in a literal sense, no. Like, metaphorically, in real life, Eva is going crazy with power because she solved the riddle and has the money. So now she's no magic involved, she's just going crazy. And the way the game is showing it is by literally making her into a witch and giving her literal magic power to show the corruption of power. Literally giving her literal powers, you know, it's funny, you get it. And then second, going after Rosa and being so cruel with it, and just in general, her cruelty, it's showing what we've seen, how much she has suffered throughout her life, working so hard and being pushed down constantly, that now that she finally has what she's always wanted, she's such a cruel person because she's finally letting out all those frustrations she's had for her entire life. And going after Rosa specifically because Rosa disgusts her. Rosa's the worst of her siblings. Like, Rudolph and Kraus are the ones who are actually like above her and taking stuff away from her. So she hates them as well. But she specifically hates Rosa because it's envy, it's jealousy. she feels that Rosa cannot and will never understand what she feels. She envies that Rosa does nothing. She envies that Rosa does not care about the inheritance. That she doesn't care about the being the head of the house. It makes her angry. It makes her mad. I'm wasting all my life working so hard trying to chase this goal that I will never have, and you dare exist and not care, not try at all to work towards this goal, even though I'm breaking myself and my spirit over it, and you dare not care. It's just such a massive insult to whoever is, that of course she would exert such terrible cruelty on Rosa, and I really liked that. That was really fun. That's just, that's good. And now, the last thing I think I want to talk about is the dynamic between Beatriz and Eva. I'm not sure how to put this, but I feel like that joke I made of the fake freak being confronted by a real freak. Because it's like, we still are not sure what Beatriz's deal is, right? I'm still gonna assume that she is an estranged daughter, but the fact is that she was raised in Cuadorian, and where she's a sheltered person. She doesn't know much about life, at least not for a long time. She's a very childish person because she didn't get to truly grow up. She was stuck as a child, which it just makes Kinso weirder by the minute. But yeah, we already knew that. So yeah, so she's a child. So even though she wants to get revenge on the Ushirima family, and especially Kinso, is in a very childish way. Like, it doesn't feel like her all is staked upon it. It's just like she just wants it because she wants it. But she's... it's so hard to explain. It's like she's not truly a bad person. It's like Bro Strider from Homestuck, where he abused Dave because he had to take care of Dave when he was like 19 years old. He barely got to be a kid himself, and then he was forced into this position to care for someone. So he didn't know how to properly care for someone, so he was an awful parent. And then on top of that, he wanted to prepare Dave to be prepared for the game. So the way he did that as well was through very cruel means, by making his life a living hell. So yeah, he did horrible things, but it was very misguided. He became a villain to do something that he seemed to be correct. And that's literally Beatriz, bro. That's literally Beatriz. So, with Beatriz is that because she never got to truly grow up as a person, she doesn't really have a good understanding of morality, love, and morbid, macabre things, I guess, in a way that she does see these cruel things as normal, as like, if anything, this might be telling us that Kinso abused Beatriz and hit her. I mean, we know that Kinso used to hit his children. So yeah, definitely, Beatriz also got abused by Kinso. So she just... it's not that she glorifies cruelty, it's that she doesn't have that great of an understanding of cruelty. To her, it isn't as revolting as it is to us. It feels like a game to her. So yes, she's killing people. She's laughing at people dying, and she gets joy out of death and the morbid. But that's because she's misguided. She doesn't really understand how horrible it is. So, and then, all that to say, now we move on to Eva, who is a normal person, who did grow up as a normal person, who does know right and wrong and morality. And despite all of that, she still wishes to be cruel with her power, meaning that she's not doing it out of a misguided understanding of how things work. She's not doing it out of fun. She's doing it for cruelty's sake. She wants to see people suffer. She likes the bad. Eva is an actual bad person, unlike Beatriz. So that's what I mean when a fake freak meets a real freak. So even Beatriz was freaked out. And I just when I was reading that, I found the dynamic absolutely stupendous. What a cool dynamic. I just love that so much. Someone who does cruel things because they don't truly understand the gravity of them and finds them fun, just as the same as you would feel punching your plushies as a kid and throwing them around, right? That's what it is to bad things. Compared to someone who does know how it is and is just genuinely cruel because they're sadistic and wants to see people get hurt. They are someone who is... They don't see her acts as throwing plushies around and toys and people that are lifeless and just meaningless objects that can be revived. To Eva, they are people and they are suffering, and she wants that. And it's so cool. So cool. This Umineko thing might be good. And that's all I'm saying. It's just absolutely stupendous. What? I'm in love. Okay, I'm good. Let me chug some more water. Anyways, all that to say, what am I even talking about? Everything that I said is wrong, and I should never analyze characters ever again. One water bottle done. I need another. I'm drinking. Buddy, I already did that many times in my life. Don't even joke, lad. Don't even joke. Because yeah, obviously you can, buddy. Obviously you can. But sadly there's not much to look into, Freddy. It's just there's some neat little things you can look into that are fun, but at the end of the day it's just a random kid, unimportant to the story, that's inside the animatronic. There's not much in there. Okay, we continue. Said.
Looks like she finally calmed down.
Hideyoshi wiped his own forehead. For a time, Eva seemed to be having a very painful nightmare, but it appeared she finally fallen asleep. As promised, he still gripped Eva's hand. He thought it might be time to let it go pretty soon, but he faithfully continued to hold on. Every once in a while, his hand would get tired, and he would switch between his right and his left. But even so, as promised, he didn't let go of her hand. At that time, there was a heavy knock. Eva had finally been able to fall asleep, so Hideyoshi grimaced for just an instant. Oh no, I drank so much water now I get hiccups.
Aniki, Hideyoshi-san, sorry. Is Rosa there?
It was Rudolph's voice. What could it be? Hideyoshi headed to the door, hiding the footsteps so that he wouldn't wake Eva. I might sneeze soon. That was definitely Rudolph's voice, but just in case, he opened the door without removing the chain.
What is it? Something happened to Rosa-san. We can't find Rosa or Maria-chan. I thought they might be with you. I heard that you were scolding Maria-chan was in the corridor. They got quiet after that, so I thought they'd gone back to the lobby. But did they? That idiot.
Rudolph clicked his tongue. Other people could be seen in the corridor. Rosa hadn't returned for a while after going out into the corridor, so they began to worry. From the front door, Natsuangy pointed at the unset chain. The chain is unset. They must have gone outside to see that rose after all.
How extraordinarily careless to go out and leave the door unlocked. What a troublesome person.
I'm more worried about Rosa and San and Maria-chan themselves.
Right. Hey, brats. Where was this rose of Maria's?
I'm pretty sure it was in the flower bed, right in the middle of the rose garden.
That's where they are. We should be able to spot them pretty quickly if we go.
Dad, shouldn't we bring them back here as soon as we can?
Of course. We'll bring them back and give them a good spanking. I'll dash out there and come back. Lock the door as soon as I go out.
Dad, I'll go with you.
Don't be stupid. It's obviously a brat's job to watch over the house with Mama.
What is it? Did something happen?
Sorry, did I wake you up? It seems Rosa-san took Maria-chan outside. How reckless of her.
Rosa and Maria-chan are outside? In the rose garden?
That's right. Oh, did you hear? Maria-chan was causing a ruckus because she wanted to see Miss Rose.
They mustn't go to the rose garden. Tell Rosa to stop.
There's no telling her to stop now. It looks like they left a while ago. Seriously, how reckless of them.
That's not it. Not the rose garden. There's a witch there. And she's waiting for a sacrifice. Rosa, you mustn't go. No. I felt coward again, holding her head. Her complexion looked very bad.
What is it? Did the fever make you dream something bad?
A dream? Yes. In the rose garden, the witch doing that to Rosa and Maria-chan. That's right. It's a dream. It must be.
I'm down. I'm here in this room, and the chain is set. The shutter's closed on the window, and we've even got a gun. This room is just like a fort. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Hideyoshi beat his chest trying to calm her, but Eva's serious expression didn't change. And then the covers Eva kept praying. The grotesque nightmare she just had was only a dream. Oh, I heard that. I heard that. What a pretty dress. Ah, gosh. Eva Batteries has my second favorite dress. My first one is Bernkastel's. Ushirmiya Rosa died in the rose garden with her medulla oblongata having been pierced by the spear-shaped parts of the fence. If Maria's death hadn't been a murder, it might have been possible to suspect an accident. It was this very woman who became the sacrifice for the birth of the new witch. Ushirmiya Eva. Ushirmiya Maria. Corpse discovered in the rose garden. The cause of death is strangulation, probably barehanded. Thinking about the situation, it seems reasonable to think that she was killed after Rosa. And then her blood became the red ink for the witch's oath. In the center of the rose garden, Rudolph invited for the corpses of Rosa and Maria. After that, he returned to the guest house, called for help, and carried both of them into the guest house. We can trust Manju's examination. The cause of Rosa's death was a stab to the medulla oblongata and the pointed gates of the fence. It was thought that Maria's death was due to strangling with their hand. However, due to the devil's proof, we cannot discount misdiagnosis. I would say it in red. Rosa and Maria died. The cause of death were as Manju diagnosed. She wasn't eaten by a spider, nor was she crushed by a mountain of cake. Don't worry. So you argue that even though you toyed with their death so much, it's all fine because the corpse is neat and clean. I definitely won't forgive you. I definitely won't forget all that brutal treatment you gave Aunt Rosa. So I won't forgive you. Like I said, it wasn't me. I believe I gave them a much more peaceful death than the way she treated them. Shut the hell up. I'm not talking to you. It was stated that there are no more than 18 people on this island, and now that 8 people are already dead, we can narrow the field of suspects down to 10. One of them probably killed those two. Or could it also be an accidental death, like Maria was having a tantrum? I do like how hard this makes it now because it's just so clever. I wonder how much I've been playing into Ryokishi's head. I wonder if Ryukishi intended for you to suspect the servants in episode 1 and 2, and then in episode 3 he kills them first, so that you're left with huh? But now, to me, it's still easy. It's Kinso and Eva. Eva might be a little finicky, but I believe it. But Kinso definitely. It could be an accident to death, like Maria was having a tantrum. And when Aunt Rosa tried to stop her from crying, she misjudged how much power she was using and accidentally killed her. Then she was so upset that she slipped and fell and landed on the fence and unluckily died. How's that? That way there's no need for a witch or magic. Well, that's not quite true. Actually, Rosa and Maria... Shut up. Didn't I say I wasn't talking to you? You're an eyesore, so disappear. You monster. Butler said that without rage, but with a horribly cold voice. That strange behavior was something Bato had noticed right off the bat. In a fight, both of them could go at each other without restraint. However, he wouldn't even step into the ring. She could feel that coldness. Bato didn't feel that amusing. She thought about flaring up, but she held back. Maybe even though she was innocent and childish, she had enough sense to realize that she shouldn't pick fights. Is that so? Then I'll vanish. Grandmother, continue for me.
Certainly. Will that be satisfactory, Butler-sama?
There are no problems with her proposal. If Butler-kun doesn't want to see Baptist's face, perhaps that would do.
Do what you like. If I can live without seeing that monster's face, I don't care about anything else.
Hey, wait a second. You keep saying monster, monster, but isn't that a cruel way to speak of me? Why do you instinctively hate me so much, Butler? Even though none of that was me. Even though it was all the work of my disciple. It's not like I'm only mad about what happened just now. It's been like that from the very beginning. Hey, Butler. Don't misunderstand, okay? Aren't we just a pair of players confronting each other through a game? We look for moves to make things painful for the other, but... Don't get the wrong idea. I don't hate you because you're my rival in this strange game about whether I accept you as a witch or not. I just can't forgive how senselessly cruel you are. Well, serial murderers are part of this game. It's probably impossible to avoid a little cruelty. I'm not just talking about what just happened. It was the last time, and the time before that too. Tearing everyone's stomachs open and stuffing them with sweets plowing their faces. What was the point of all that? Well... When it comes to close-room murders and tricks and alibis, I'm willing to give you a pass. You want to claim that this is a murder done by magic? So I'll grudgingly accept that those complicated crimes didn't need to occur. But what exactly is the point of all those grotesque murders? Well, nothing much. That's right. They don't mean anything. You're just fooling around by mangling the corpses for fun. That has nothing to do with whether you're a witch or whether it could or couldn't have been done with magic. You're just exploring the depths of cruelty for fun. This isn't about whether you're a witch or anything like that. There are just some things I can't forgive as a human. What do you mean as a human? For example, the 6 people of the first twilight for this game. Well, other than grandfather being burned black, the other corpses were killed in a normal way without any unnecessary shaming of the dead. It wasn't clear whether the weapon was a spear or a gun, but anyway, as far as killing goes, that was acceptable. It was much better than the nonsensical grotesqueness and cruelty from the first Twilight last time, or the time before that. And this time, there were 6 closed rooms tied together to make a closed room chain. That was sort of interesting. When we were going back and forth with each other that time, to be perfectly honest, I thought it was a little fun. You were frantic to make me accept your existence, and I was frantic trying to deny it. We were both frantically doing all we could. This may sound weird, but I felt a faint sense of sportsmanship between the two of us. We exist in conflict, but I faintly thought that we might not be completely unable to understand each other's existence. But just now, that feeling was blown away without a trace. That's what you're misunderstanding. That wasn't me. That's not it. That's not what I'm talking about. You watched Rosa being killed horribly over and over. Then you sneered at it like it was an interesting show. When I saw that, I was deeply disappointed in you. When I realized that your decision to kill them in a slightly better way this time was nothing more than a faint whim, and that nothing had changed in your cruel character, I was deeply disappointed. On the contrary, you were even genuinely enjoying their brutal deaths. You weren't just acting as cruel as you could to bully me. You truly, genuinely enjoy cruelty. Your character lets you enjoy it. You said I probably think that Rosa being brutally killed over and over was fun. You weren't joking. You enjoyed it from the bottom of your heart, wanted me to sympathize, and said that I probably think it was fun. In that instant, I lost respect for you and realized the truth. The problem isn't whether you're a witch or not. I will not forgive that cruelty of yours, and I can't understand it. I won't forgive it either. Still, I'll continue this game of whether to accept or deny witches. I won't step down and accept my own defeat. However, your pointless cruelty is absolutely unnecessary for this game. So I've decided that I won't accept you as my opponent. Ronove is 100 times better. He doesn't have the same cruel hobby you do. Even if he does, he doesn't have the awful taste to show it off in front of me. That's right. You have awful taste. You're heartless and cruel, so you can't understand. That's unpleasant in an opponent, so I don't want to see your face again. As Butler went on and on by himself, Beata was shocked into silence for a long time. Maybe she couldn't understand what was being told. And this was a sign that she was doing all she could in an effort to understand. For a while, she kept switching between angry expressions, frustrated expressions, bold expressions, as though even she herself didn't know what attitude she should take. In the end, she made her face into a candid expression, as though she had come into her senses, and shrugged her shoulders as though she was tired. In that case, do what you like. From now on, I will continue this game through the Ronove. You have no complaints as long as I don't show myself right. For the time being. But I definitely won't forgive all of your cruel actions up until now. And I definitely won't accept you. For that reason, as well, I won't back down from this fight you've picked. And I definitely won't lose. That's all there is to it. Beato, no matter how many more excuses you give, his impression will not waver. I have something to talk about later. Until then, stay back. Indeed. Understood. Then I'll banish until you call him. Looking lonely, Beato turned her back to her them and vanished. Butler watched, suddenly displeased expression on his face. He thought his argument had been valid, but for some reason his mood didn't cheer up. She's an idiot. That's true. An idiot and a straightforward one. That idiot watched Aunt Rosa get killed horribly with me, and then turned around with a huge smile on her face. She really believed that she could laugh with me at that cruel show. She really believed that I could sympathize with that emotion. Looking at that innocent smile, I just felt horrible. I would have been much better if she said it with her normal bullying face. Damn it. Milady has never had the experience of having a friend. In addition, she has probably never had something spoken to her that strongly. Madame and I are her attendants. No matter what we say, it will not reach her ears. For Milady, this is Osho. Don't screw with me. I don't remember ever becoming her friend. That's true enough. My apologies. There's one thing I would like to thank you for. Thank you for not breaking down on that child's game. She spoke words of gratitude, but for some reason Butler made a displeased face. Then, as though in self-desertion, he chuckled. Now that I've got witches and demons thanking me, I'm screwed. Let's resume with the game. Of course, I don't intend to go easy on you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Unlike my lady, I do not get agitated.
I already made my move. If we suppose that Rosa is the culprit and died in an accident, I can deny the witch. I don't have to suspect Rosa, and I think I can bear to accept that premise if it'll beat the hell out of Betty.
I will deny with Red.
Rosa and Maria's deaths were homicides. Okay, let's start from there. Damn it, I'm just not getting fired up. Without Beatriz, arguing has no punchline. With Rosa and Maria's deaths, it was now clear that the culprit was still hiding somewhere, trying to add even more murders to the chain. As he shed tears, Rudolph scolded Rosa's corpse for being reckless several times. But Rosa would never respond to that again. He decided to place the two corpses in one of the guest rooms and to seal it until the police arrived. The second murder. No. The murder of the second Twilight had delivered a heavy blow to everyone. It had blown away the optimism that some of them had held. The thought that a crime didn't actually occur and was all a game or a farce by Kinsaw and these servants. Trying to distract themselves from the loss of the people they liked, George and Jessica had spent the whole time since morning talking about every possibility. And they had distracted their hearts by supporting that these murders might actually have been all an act, and that Shannon and Kanon were only pretending to be dead. When the next murder occurred, it destroyed that thought, and they were once again struck by the fact that the person they liked and most definitely been killed. The tears that they thought began to drip down once more, and Butler couldn't think of anything to say to them. Oh, this song. After that, all the adults checked that all of the rooms were safe and locked just in case. They made certain that the shutters on all the windows were down and locked, and they confirmed that no one suspicious was hiding anywhere. On top of that, they checked their weapons once again, and checked with each other to make sure that they were mentally prepared so that they wouldn't hesitate to fire off a preemptive shot if they saw the shadow of a mysterious person. Rosa's gun had been found near the scene of the crime. Someone had gone out of their way to leave it there, so that everyone suspected that it was some kind of trap. But when Hideyoshi delicately used a fire iron to fire off test shots, it was able to discharge without incident. So since the 5 shots loaded into it had discharged without any problems, they reloaded it with bullets and handed it over to the one adult male who wasn't armed, Hideyoshi. However, the fact that I'd been able to fire off 5 shots gave rise to a certain paranoia. The short barrel Winchester could only hold 5 shots. In other words, Rosa hadn't fired even once, and yet the two had probably been killed by someone with their bare hands. This meant that there was a possibility that the crime had been committed by someone whose face they knew. When the first murder occurred, I privately thought of the possibility that it was all an act. My apologies to Dr. Nanjo. But if he had actually been an accomplice, I thought the deaths of all the servants might possibly have been a massive elaborate act by Father. After all the close room situations, they were in a condition that couldn't have been created, and we supposed that was all an act. We also suspect that. No, I still want to believe that's the case. My apologies, but that is not so. I am quite old. I might possibly make a misdiagnosis. However, I could never mistake whether they were alive or dead. I get it. Don't go out of your way to say it out loud, Dr. Ninja. My apologies. They had no way of knowing. The Bato had already used the red to proclaim the deaths of the sick. No, the deaths of all victims so far in this game. That faint dream that was all a farce, that the victims were actually alive. I'm sorry to say it, it's impossible. In that case, it makes more sense to assume that someone familiar with the mansion. Someone hiding around and carrying a really well-polished pride. So ever since the typhoon came to this island and sealed it off from the outside world, there has been more than 18 people here. Of course, there was no way for them to know about that either. The claim of Rosals had also been denied in Ray. There are no more than 18 humans on this island. No way of a way to look at it that keeps things consistent, at least a little. Simply put, this person in hiding is someone who shouldn't really be on this island right now. And yeah, there's a likelihood that they were someone Rosa-san knew, someone he'd let her guard down around. So, for example, could it be a servant who wasn't on this 2-day shift?
It's hard to be certain about that one. When a servant finishes their work and leave the island, it is as though we punch the ticket or something to make sure. It was reported that a servant on a ship from a few days ago when he pretended to leave the island and actually stayed here. That would be hard to deny. I don't think Rosa-san is such a fool. If a servant wasn't supposed to be here popped up in front of you, who wouldn't be on their guards?
I'm not even sure we should be assuming that it's someone she recognized. Maybe they suddenly attacked Rosa from the darkness and were about to steal her gun. Then Rosa fell, hit her head against the fence, and stopped moving. The guest house was nearby and they wanted to avoid the sound of gunfire, so they killed Maria-chan with their bare hands.
That's also that possibility. Still, even if that's the case, would they really intentionally leave Rosa's gun out at the scene of the crime? We don't know what the culprit's armed with, but they've got to feel insecure about their guns. Wasn't that a perfect chance for them to thin out our supply? Why would they intentionally leave it out of the scene of the crime?
At first I thought it was trapped. That's what Chess was thinking says it should be. By purposefully leaving it, they wanted to make one of us touch it. And they must have wanted to make us pull the trigger. I was sure that something dangerous had been done to it, to make it explode or cause massive injuries.
It was actually okay. The culprit probably panicked. I'll bet that right now that they're regretting that they missed their chance to steal the gun.
I don't like it. It ticks me off. Like his message from the witch saying she isn't even scared of guns. In any event, this is truly a fearsome opponent. Even at a glance, they should have been able to tell Rosa had a gun. To think that they attacked her despite that. The fact that they are unafraid of guns should not be taken lightly.
Indeed. It is Natsuangy says. We should probably be even more cautious than we had been.
It was just for peace of mind, but at the time we think Rosa-san was attacked outside, where was everyone?
Natsu and I were here along with Rudolph and Kairi-san. I can guarantee their alibis. If I and I were together, I can guarantee that.
Georgia, Nikki, Jessica, and I were together. When Aunt Rosa yelled at us to return to the second floor, we retreated our steps back to the cousin's room all dejected. Back then, even if we hadn't let Maria go, saying that isn't going to change anything. Dr. Nanjo.
I was reading a book in a room on the second floor. I was by myself, so no one can verify my alibi. I believe everyone saw me return to the second floor with their children. Once I say this, it'll never end. But what if you jumped out the window? Attack Rosa, then climb back up using a rain gutter or something?
Look, I'm not, but I mean, look at him, right? I don't know.
No, don't be absurd. How can I perform a feat such as jumping down from the second story or climbing up with his own body?
Let us stop. Suspecting each other. It's more important that we trust each other, and for the children's sake as well. defend this place until the very end.
You're right. It's like Natsui-san says. For now, let's stop suspecting each other.
That's right. We may be useless as far as searching for the culprit is concerned. We can only stay alive until tomorrow, inform the police, and follow their instructions. Okay, Shaq, timeout image. There's something taking me off of it. It's been taking me off, like, since the start of this episode. But I'm a tad giga super duper quadruper sad that Natsui got her time to shine in the first episode, and now she's just a side character who doesn't do much and will never again get the spotlight. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm glad we get to see everyone shine, but the fact that she was the first, back when we didn't know much, back when they couldn't show all this cool stuff, like the witches and all the cool magic, and Butler and Beatrice didn't talk much and all that. It stings a lot. Whatever, I just had to say that. I'm over it. No, I'm not over it. But I'll continue. Because the police will definitely expose who the culprit is. Natsuangy, exactly. You get it, Sams. You got it. Oh, I shouldn't have talked about it. I'm sad. Because, like, there's... What's the next episode? Is the next episode question or answer? I'm not playing until I get an answer. It's episode 4, a question or an answer arc. Question. Okay. No, because if it was okay, no, I'm screwed. No, my question didn't even matter because no matter the answer, it would have been cooked either way. If it's question, that means that it's just going to focus on another character. It's probably Kairi or Rudolph and Kairi. Like they've all been focused around the women. So Natsuhi, Rosa, Eva. So in episode 4 is probably gonna be Kairi. So Natsuhi is gonna get cooked again. And then during the answer arcs, those are just gonna focus on Butler and Beatrice and the witches trying to answer everything, right? It's gonna be full on Ace Attorney. So Natsuhi is just gonna get nothing again. So I'm cooked. I shouldn't have thought about it because now I'm just gonna uninstall the game. Like, what's the point? Anyways, last stream. Let's continue.
What is it, Emma? Is your body still feeling bad? My mother. What's wrong? Are you okay?
Sorry. It looks like my fever is still strong. I'll be fine, so leave me alone. When they looked, they saw Eva staring at the floor, her breathing harsh again. She had been able to act firm for a time due to the urgency of their situation, but it seemed their body wasn't at its best after all. Gosh. I'm going to look up what a Liliana is. Probably a flower. Oh? Liliana. Ooh! Oh, this is, yeah, I like this! Liliana is derived from the Latin word lilium or lilion, both mean lily in English. Due to this, the name means pure and innocent. So, the song track is called Black Liliana, like Black Innocence. That's funny. That's funny. I like that. That's clever. I like that. That's a +2. What's in Golden Land 3? Maybe we should just Sam, buddy. I got nothing else to say. Just Just watch yourself. Be careful out there.
Interesting. We're gonna have to come over here, Alice, and kill you.
Okay.
No two ways about it.
That's me. That's me and you. 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 Yep. Yeah, I killed those two. Now we're the only ones who know about the gold. I won't give up even a scrap to the other siblings. What have you done? Oh, they're talking. Wait. Okay, Eva Beatriz and now Ushirima Eva. Okay. What have you done? There was so much of the gold, right? Giving Rosa and the others their share wouldn't have been a problem at all, right? It would! The gold is to be passed on only to the head of the Ushiraya family. And that's because it, as a whole, represents no more or less than the honor of the head. To own that even a tiny bit, it's definitely not something that I, the new Golden Witch Beatrice, will permit. Do you plan to continue these murders according to the witch's epitaph? Do you actually plan to become a murderer 5 more times? Yeah. If I don't finish that annoying ceremony, it means my powers of which won't become complete. Hey, me? The power of the witch is really awesome. It really can make all the crazy things we imagine become reality. The power to make dreams more than just dreams. Now that I've learned of this power, I can no longer stop being a witch. If I can finish the ceremony and make my power complete, I'm sure I'll be able to teach you the feeling too. Stop acting like a fool. Haven't you played at being a witch long enough? We found the gold, and we even been promised the position of the successor. We'll probably need to tightrope walk it just a bit, but by now, there's a dream that will definitely come true. Beyond that, what more could you wish for? I wanted to become a witch. I don't give a damn about that dream. I don't give a damn about that dream. That's right. Because I kept holding on to that dream, I've lived at this age forever. When you became an adult, you threw that dream away. No matter how long you wait, the rabbit hole in the clock won't visit you. Another Alice reference. And you won't be able to meet Humpty Dumpty. Of course, you definitely won't be invited to the land of cards. Because you gave up and accepted all that, you became an adult. So you don't want to become a witch or anything like that anymore. You're even forgotten that it truly was your dream at one point. Anyway, stop it! I already got in my hands on 2 dreams, the gold and my position of the head. That's more than enough. So please, your dreams has nothing to do with me. Stand down! No way! Magic's too interesting. Also, those 2 dreams of yours both came true because of my magic. It wouldn't be fair if my dream didn't come true too. I'm grateful for your magic, and I acknowledge that you're a real witch. So just stand down and return to the inside of my heart, and never appear again. No way! We're both misunderstanding each other, aren't we? That's right, I am not you anymore. You are Ushiraya Eva. I am the Golden Witch Beatrice! So it's not my responsibility to go back inside your heart. I guess I feel like a butterfly who's broken out of her cocoon, meaning you. Fever. It's making my mind cloudy. My experience with magical power is forcing me to support it with your vitality. Until I finish the ceremony and become a full witch, you might have to bear the burden. I'll take that as payment for making 2 of your dreams come true. It's fine, don't worry, okay? For the time being, 5 sacrifices, I'll avoid your family. For the remaining 5 sacrifices, I'll avoid your family. Let's see. Rudolph, Kairi, Kraus, Natsuangy. After that, what about the old geezer Nanjo? Perfect! I'll kill those 5 people! Could you call this a murder announcement revealed only to you? Eva finally crouched down. Hideyoshi rushed up to her and lent her his shoulder.
Are you okay? Let's take it easy and rest. Are you alright? Dr. Nanja, take a look at Eva.
When Nanjo and gestured to approach, Eva made a gesture to stop them. Thank you. I'm fine, Dr. Nanjo. I'm taking medicine. I apologize for saying this during such an extreme situation, but let me rest a little longer.
I'll lend a hand too.
Thank you. But I'll be fine as long as your father watches over me. Go back to the second story customs room and don't come out no matter what. Understood? No matter what happens, you must not leave the guest house. Outside, that witch will...
Don't talk anymore. Sorry everyone, but I'll be watching over Eva in our room. Tell us if something happens.
Hideyoshi and Eva retreated from the lobby. However, Eva wasn't the only one who wasn't feeling good. They hadn't gotten a wink of sleep since the previous night and had been passed by tension since the morning. They were mustering their energy to protect their families. But if they relax even a little, surely everyone will be down and out. I haven't been sick in so long. Kinda missed the feeling. It's just such... like actually, like sick. Like can't get up. It's just... it feels like you're in a constant dream. It's just a cool feeling. Golden Sneer. Wait, I see something interesting. Golden Land 3. I've been saving that bit. There wasn't a perfect time to say it until you're due or not. Whatever, dude. Whatever. It's just... It sucks. It kinda goes for Jessica too. She really only got her time to shine in episode 1 because she lived until the end. God! My two favorite characters peaked in high school, aka episode 1, and I'll never get to see them do anything ever again. I'm crashing out. No. I'm losing it. I'm freaking out. This is so horrendous. I am so miffed. Yeah, I said it in art. Okay. Humpty Dumpty. It jump scared me actually. Wait, does it? It actually does. Wait, that's uncanny. Oh my gosh, I could be endlessly entertained by this for hours. It's so good. I'm getting hypnotized. Back to the game. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, incredible gift. That completely healed my doom scrolling about Natsuangy and Jessica. We're back. Everything has gone as planned until now, but from here on, it will become difficult, you see. Difficult meaning... Indeed. Normally, as the ceremony progresses and the victims increase in number, they begin to tighten their guard, and in most cases, they fall up in one place and stop moving. It is an extremely inconvenient for us. Are you saying that we witches are inferior to a bunch of humans in a group? Witches are never inferior to humans. However, perhaps you could say that times change and that humans have gotten their hands on a poison. This wasn't a problem long ago when people believed in witches. But just like that annoying battler, people in the current era may deny magic on a fundamental level. In other words, their existence itself is anti-magical. As a result, at some point, they grew to possess a toxin inside their bodies that denies magic. In other words, you're saying that the more humans there are, the stronger that the magic-resistant toxin gets, and the greater the disadvantages for us witches. The combined amount of power in their hearts that denies magic. In other words, their magic resistance power becomes the denominator in the equation of your magic power. Understand? That is a bit too difficult. Or is that a bit too difficult for you? You're joking. Actually, I understand it easily. In other words, you're saying that the more people there are who don't believe in magic, and the stronger their will is, the more the effects of our magics are divided. Yeah, if it's so formulaic, I have to rethink my method of attack. Fundamentally, magic possesses a vast power. It can even make a rain of fire fall from the heavens or divide a sea, and reviving a lost life isn't impossible either. However, that power is extremely weak against the toxin that rejects it. And that toxin started piling up in humans since the time they forgot to respect things sacred. Until finally, this earth was covered with enough toxin that the miracles of magic could not be displayed. Thus witches from across the world were chased from their dwellings. They have been forced to choose to throw away their magic and live as humans, or else live in hiding in remote areas where the toxin of humans didn't reach. In that sense, Ronkenjima, with its population of only a few dozen humans, was extremely favorable for witches. And even more favorable was the existence of the ghost story about the witch who lived in the Ronkenjima forest. In other words, by permitting the island with the fear that a witch might exist, the magic-resistant toxin from the humans was weakened. A small population, and room for them to acknowledge magical beings. In other words, minds that were only weakly anti-magical. Only by existing in the valley where those two converge could a witch live in modern times. I see. So using this formula, we can arrive at several rules for how a witch can use her power efficiently. You're still watching the speed. I get it. It's very hard to take your gaze off it. The first is presentation. You may be a villain, but you're not a supervillain. You're missing presentation. Create a murder scene that couldn't conceivably have been done by humans, decorated in an occult way. Make it look very much like a witch exists, and permeate people with fear to make them believe that witches exist. As a result, the anti-magic power and the denominator of our magical power will be decreased. I see. So this is why the creepy magic circles of the first Twilight were created. That's right. Exactly. The gaudy scenes of the first Twilight in each game are all for that reason. It's definitely not as though I like being cruel, or am doing it for fun. It also almost like she's trying to convince herself, like, yeah, I had to do that, but there's a, like, forgive me. Have joking. Brother, get out of here. Okay, who typed that? The best technique a witch can have is gaslighting. That's true. That is very true. That's I'm in the scene while you're trying not to laugh. That's disrespectful as well. In that case, pretty sister-sama, you failed the time around. You killed them in a very plain way. It doesn't look like anything more than a simple mystery. I heard about it last time and the time before that from Bronove. You should have damaged the corpses more grotesquely like you did then, making it look more like fantasy and installing fear in those people. Well, about that, I thought it wouldn't be artful to do that every time, you see. Don't think too deeply on it, it's just a whim. Actually, it really had been her whim. After what Butler said to her, she couldn't say it out loud anymore. But she really had decided her methods of killing based on mere whims. No, would it be better to say that she had half-heartedly let Ronove decide? After all, she left the close rooms of this game's first twilight to him. But if she had a cruel idea, then she would surely have explored the limits of atrocity then even more than in the previous game. That face. You told me to show some restraint when deciding Rosa's and Maria's deaths too. But that wasn't a course of action beneficial to us, which is either, was it? In actuality, by now, none of them believe one bit that a witch actually exists. They're totally sure that it's a mystery, not a fantasy. This turn of events, failure from a witch's perspective. For some reason, you keep doing things in a kind of lukewarm way, Professor Sama. Like I say, things you learn when you're young will definitely help you out in the future. This is a test passed on from my predecessor to you. Take it on with respect. Nato tried to laugh heartily, but it was obviously the fake laugh of someone trying to cover something up. And the new witch shrugged with a sigh. At this stage, it's probably too late to create a scene and reduce the anti-magic power. In that case, there's another move. Getting the humans to split up should work. Indeed, that is probably the most efficient way. The smaller the number of humans, the more the denominator shrinks. As a result, the magical power functions instantaneously. In other words, it all begins from one point, how to destroy this barricade situation and have them split up into small groups. However, they are already very cautious. The barricade won't be destroyed easily, right? Both the barricade in Kinsel's study 2 games ago and the barricade in the parlor last time were very stubborn. Furthermore, most of the cunning adults still remain this time. The situation is more difficult than all the ones before it, understand? If you wish, I could give you some special advice. In a closed circle, when the first murder scene occurs, the survivors always hold up, gathering together to observe each other and ensure their safety. Funnily enough, not only do mystery authors and murder culprits worry about how to break the situation apart, but so do witches, who supposedly exist at the other end of that spectrum. For a while, the new witch poked her cheek with her pointed finger, and after acting as though she was planning something, she spoke. No, I'm fine. After all, it is a test. I won't borrow your motives. Really? Still, it will be rather difficult to defeat this barricade, right? I've already made my move. I'm pretty sure it'll work. And I'll definitely work on someone smart. Is that so? You really are excellent. I'm pleased to see that my disciple won't be causing me much trouble. My motto is to study things myself before asking other people. Then if you would excuse me, I'll have to wait for my prey to get lured out. Indeed. Well then, handle it with care. As the new witch lowered her head, her face blank, she turned into gold butterflies and vanished. Bato didn't look happy at all. She seemed to be lonely because of how little she was being relied on. No, not one of them gives a fig for me. You witch apprentice acting so smart. I'll bet she makes some painful mistakes and starts crying. Then without a doubt she'll finally realize my greatness and beg me to teach her. Until then, I shall watch from on high. She laughed loudly on the outside, but a laugh no one can hear is completely pointless. About to give up and quickly stopped laughing. Runaway chose that time to show himself.
Excuse me, my lady? The game of the second twilight with Battler Sama has ended.
Good. I see. Good work. What was the result?
My sincere apologies. I was forced to reside. by saying in Ray that both deaths were homicides. I made Butler Sama revise his claim of Rosa strangled Maria to death, then died in an accident. But I couldn't repel his chain of moves, placing Eva as the principal offender.
Hey, I did that. Wasn't Eva sleeping in her room the whole time as Hideyoshi cared for her?
He put forward the possibility that Hideyoshi was an accomplice, and that the two worked together to create an alibi.
He even suspects Hideyoshi. Couldn't he have struck back by saying in red that he was in the guest room at the time of the murder?
I also thought of that, but multiple important pieces might have been taken several moves later. And because this move might be connected to the new Beatrice Sama strategy.
I'm thinking. No, wait a second. Never mind, why am I even confused? Okay, because, yeah, I also thought that Hideyoshi might be on it. In on it? And I don't know why when he said that he was always in the guest room, it stumped me when, like, no, it just means that she left and she left him in the guest room. Easy peasy, there's nothing to it.
I acted out of respect for her. My apologies.
Strategy, you say? Her mind does seem to be sharp. We can let her do as she pleases. It will be quite a show to see how far she can go.
I thought you would say that. I see that the uncuteness of your disciple has left you in a bad mood.
That's none of your business. I wonder how that one plans to destroy this barricade going forward. I shall keep a close eye on her. Oh, and how was Butler's mood?
It appeared as though he had calmed himself down. He did say that he couldn't get fired up after all without you as his opponent.
Really? Well, that's no surprise. No surprise at all. If I don't return for the fourth twilight and after, Butler will probably be lonely himself.
And with that, if you would excuse me, I need to go bake some delicious cookies. I must at least enliven the discussion between you and Butler Sama, my lady.
Indeed. That guy really was munching on your cookies, wasn't he? It's no surprise that boy can eat so much. Make a lot of them.
Certainly. I shall make enough cookies to bury our table.
That sounds great. Is she stupid?
What's going on? What did you want to talk about?
Kairi called Rudolph out into the corridor. It was obvious that she wanted to talk about something that she didn't want the others to hear.
Yeah?
Want to go outside? Is she stupid? And with that, stream over. Battle to the death in the hall. Man, every time I play, I love the game even more. It's just, it gives me something new to think about. How is every character so layered except for Kairi? It's just so cool. What a cool game. What a cool game. Golden Land 3, but No, 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 no. Accusations. False accusations. And with that, you're not even getting a proper goodbye. Everyone get out of here. Farewell and thank you for watching. Don't tick me off, dude.